People say a lot about our democracy.
It's not over. We're going to expect more.
Some say what they know.
Is it that we deceive ourselves or not willing to discuss our differences?
Others say what they think is right.
The political will to effect that law is what we are lacking.
It takes 3 persons to eat 15 naira bread. I disagree with you on that.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
Immediately the president won election, he went to Britain. He has not gone to River State. He has not gone to Benue. He has not gone to this country.
Join Kingsley Welenda Wali every Saturday on this station from 11 a.m. to 12.
My name is Kingsley Welenda Wali.
And the program is Democracy in Action on Today 95.1 FM. Port Harcourt.
I believe in you. Do you believe in me?
We must understand that Port Harcourt is the metropolitan center and business nerve of the entire Niger Delta region. It is also the oil capital of Nigeria and, to an extent, sub-Saharan Africa. Our businesses died sudden deaths. It's significant to note that while we danced naked, the only international airport in our region became the worst airport in the world. Very significant, if you ask me. Prostitution and robbery became the only gainful employment for graduates and undergraduates. Governor Wike must be supported to complete the Trans-Amadi Trans-Woji roads, ring road projects, and if we really desire a new river state, then Right Honorable Chibike Amechi must be supported to deliver on the Port Harcourt International Airport, Calabar, Lagos Rail Line, One and Port Harcourt ports should be made functional during his time as Minister of Transportation.
If I ever get the opportunity to talk to him with, sir, whatever you do, build commerce again.
Our local economy is moved down to Lekki or Victoria Land or Ikeja or Maitama or Asokoro. That's where our Port Harcourt boys and girls go to spend their money. And then by the weekends, they come in with Dana Air, Eric, and then they just attend one function and the other. They run back to the airport again. It hurts. So if I want to see a Port Harcourt boy, must I go to Lagos or Abuja to see a Port Harcourt boy? So whatever that can bring us back again, let our city bubble the way it used to be before. If the onus is on me to do it, I'm going to do it.
Good morning and welcome to Democracy in Action. My name is Kingsley Welenda Wali. I guess I don't know where you are right now. It's raining where I am, and we thank God for His mercies, and I do hope the rain will be falling on our brains and the traffic will be normal after that. Well, back to Democracy in Action. This morning we will be having you out there as our guest on Democracy in Action. We have been discussing commerce. We have been discussing how we can get back commerce to our region. Interestingly, I had an informal discussion with a friend of mine this morning, and the kind of things he said to me really put me in a terrible mood. You know, it sobered me a bit about how we got here, how in the beginning, after the Kayama Declaration, the people of the Niger Delta region actually just wanted the Nigerian state to engage with the region to see how you can take care of the goose that lays the proverbial golden egg. Suddenly things started happening and people were kidnapped, and in the course of investigating the root and of the kidnap, some things terribly happened, you know, and fingers and traces of outside the region type situation. But of course we didn't pursue that, we didn't look at it, but some of us always felt that there was more to this, that it was more of business than agitation of the Niger Delta people. We've always felt that something is a conspiracy theory, but strongly some of us still feel that, you know, we don't know what is doing us, as they say in Port Harcourt, but something is doing us, but we don't know what it is that is doing us. So we are saying that irrespective of that fact, are we just going to sit down and then lie down because we believe that there are some people somewhere remote controlling the death of the region, the economic death of the region? Why don't we just go ahead and see what we can do for our region? and that is the basis for a discussion this morning. I expect that you will make a call, make a contribution. We have been having guests here, but because our program is about the people, the station is about the people, it's called Today FM, Voice of the People. And at all times, we always take into cognizance the what the people out there are saying, what they call it, voice popular, voice day. Say voice of the people is the voice of God. Although not too many people will agree with that, but the fact still remains that there is God in all of us because He dwells in all of us. So when some of us, when we're speaking with the anointing. I mean, I know you don't agree with that, but trust me, you don't forget that the last time Bishop Pastor Zilagri was here, he made a couple of prophetic statements, and we're going to still hold him to that. I'm sure that in his own way he's doing some things, and that's why in the run-up to the program this morning we mentioned the things that he said. Very inspiring words from Pastor Zilagri, wherever he is. I'm sure he's still working on something to be able to work in synergy with other people in the Pentecostal church to see what they can do. We're hoping that someday all well-meaning people in this region will get up, will do a night vigil, will do some form of peaceful work for peace in our country, peace in our state, peace in our region, and so that at the end of the day, commerce can thrive. That's what this whole thing is about. If you listen earlier on, Richard White said, if you had the opportunity of meeting the governor or meeting those in authority, we just simply tell them, bring back commerce, because our city is a city that was built on commerce.
You know, this is beautiful. Why I said it's beautiful is because it's like a follow through of what I was just saying some moments ago.
Okay.
I was saying that we've pointed fingers at too many people for too long, all right, and it's beginning to look like there is no agenda. You know, when you say agenda, a lot of people, because of the perversive nature of the human mind, people have perverted that word.
Agenda to mean something negative.
Means something negative.
Not at all.
Now, I was talking about an agenda, and I know why I'm saying this, because initially, I said something before, in the 90s, during the military era, we had this impression that Rivers State was a walking bank. Okay, it was a city that was like a vault, you know, like when you enter Rivers State, you've entered into a vault. So your mind is blown, right? And we could even see how military administrators were lobbying, okay, to get into the helm of affairs of Rivers State. Right. Now, Rivers State had an agenda.
Actually, it was people who had godfathers that got posted to Rivers State, Delta State, even Akwa Ibom.
So now, look at the likes of Rivers State, and you wonder, what is the agenda these days? What is Rivers State trying to achieve for itself? Just yesterday, I was talking about the tire issue with FRSC, and someone mentioned something that when Michelin was in Nigeria, when it was in Port Harcourt, tires were cheap.
True.
So that means Port Harcourt had a major role to play in the affordability of tires in Nigeria, and that for me is a massive milestone
and a massive loss too,
and a massive loss
at
also.
the end of the day.
Now, you want to buy a tire now, you're not even sure that the quality is even good, but it's brand new, the DOT is intact. You're spending as much as 17,000 naira to buy one tire.
That's a low grade tire.
That's a low grade tire. Now, this is what Port Harcourt has missed out on. Say the dollar and everything, but yet Michelin was still making tires in Nigeria.
Not just making tires in Nigeria, making tires in Port Harcourt. So when you're buying it, you're not buying the cost of production, but plus cost of transportation and duty.
I know.
You're just buying the tire that was gotten out of Oginiba here in Port Harcourt.
And Michelin pays, I call it tax. Okay, they pay tax
to government.
They pay tax to government.
Everything is still doesn't matter.
You understand? They pay tax to government, and in turn, government makes money for itself. Now, I'm also of the opinion, personally, because when we talk about people remotely, pressing buttons so that Rivers State doesn't move forward, I'm also of the opinion that
that point needs to be emphasized. After the Kayama Declaration, the movements of Elo Fijo, ethnic community. We sent different groups, even the Mossop. People started agitating for the oil companies to relocate back to the region. You don't do business, you have head office somewhere. And by happenstance, maybe coincidence, things started happening. That was when all this violence started. So it might not be out of place for people to start speculating to say, is there a nexus between this demand for oil companies to come back to Port Harcourt and the sudden outburst of violence in our region?
In the region. I think
because we've lost Michelin, we've lost very big oil like Transocean, we've lost Ego Cement, we've lost Water Glass Boatyard, uncountable. If you go to Transamadi, it's a crime scene.
Absolutely. Now, I'll give you a typical example of what I'm talking about. This is not just a Rivers State problem. In Imo State, the man who owns Kota Group, okay, now that's the company that the man is from Imo State, okay, and they are responsible for a lot of products in the market, noodles, plastic, and the rest of them. Now, he went back to his own home state to form a partnership with the home state. Okay, give us land where we can set up our business. We'll employ labor, we'll employ our people. At least about 5,000 to 10,000 jobs will be created. And his own state governor asked him to pay money to buy land. Now, he went to another state. They just told him, point where you want and we'll give it to you. And that state is benefiting.
The proverbial provision of enabling environment. So the LCM is that we're not just going to be blaming people, pointing fingers at people. We need to create that enabling environment for businesses that have taken off to come back, which calls to, when we look at the way we have been behaving in the region, in the state, and all of that. So, what role do we need? That's what we should be asking ourselves. What can we do as a people so that people can find Port Harcourt, Yanagua, Warri, Asaba, Uyo, Calabar, very attractive business destinations?
Now we keep sending the wrong signals. We keep sending signals that if it's not oil, no other business again will thrive in Rivers State. And I think that's where the one of the problems lie. We should stop focusing on crude oil. I mean, the world says that it's actually finishing, which I don't agree with. But my point is, it shouldn't be our focus. Look at Lagos. Lagos just started talking about exploring crude in 2016. That means they've been making a lot of money from other aspects.
Well, you see, I'm trying as much as possible, to avoid, if it's possible, mentioning of Lagos. Let nobody run away with the impression that we are demarketing Lagos. No, what we are doing here is to say, sometimes it becomes inevitable to make this comparison. Because if you pushed, I would probably say, okay, fine, Lagos just discovered oil in Lagos, so they probably be an oil producing state in no time, be part of the 13% derivation. But you say there are other industries that are growing in Lagos, that is making Lagos grow. But it will not be too difficult to trace. Do you understand? Most of this money you're talking about generated dovetail into oil business.
True. But looking at, for example, now, what will it take to bring?
Because you talk about government being the biggest industry in the country. What is the biggest source of revenue for the government? It's oil.
It's oil. I understand that, but like I said before,
there's nothing wrong with depending on oil.
There's nothing wrong with it. But
let's try and make the best out of that dependence.
But if a state, for example, becomes number one in IGR ratings.
IGR coming from what?
No, from like
oil-based economy.
Not just oil-based economy. Now let's look at all of the things that make money for Lagos State, for example. Now Michelin left. Where did they go to? Big question.
They left Nigeria.
Of course, they did leave Nigeria.
I think they went to Ghana or something.
But some other companies came into Nigeria. There is one I know that is from Saudi Arabia. Where is it located? In the Newi and Anambra State.
I'm not saying that Lagos is doing business totally exclusive of oil.
Yes, but you're saying
the oil industry has given them the basis for operation.
No doubt about that. No doubt
some kind of buffer for them to do business. I mean, when you have a situation where a nation state like Japan can start having business transactions with a state in Nigeria, to the extent of granting them a $1 billion grant for their road,
for the monorail project,
monorail and all of that. What is security for that? It's the income they're generating
for themselves.
But see, be that as it may, it's not about this morning. It's about the people out there, those who want to be part of the discussion. So if you want to be part of the discussion, by calling questions or your contributions, which we dearly need, you can join by calling 0815 59 51 951, 0815 59 51 951, 0817 0000 0817 000951. Or you can send 0810 9510 951, 0810 9510 951.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning, sir.
My name is David. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Your name is what, sir?
David.
Eze.
David,
the guy who killed the light.
Oh, okay. That reminds me. What did you use? AK-47 or catapult?
No, just a sling. I think it was an idea first. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, impressed with this discussion this morning because it sort of affects me directly.
Okay, let's share your experience.
Hello?
I said, let's share your experience.
Okay, yeah. I'm into product design and development.
Okay.
And we do this for clients. Okay. We have students, we have undergraduate engineers and designers who have an idea. They have ideas and they want to produce or manufacture these ideas. We try to help them from the conception of these ideas, try to add flesh into these ideas and move it to manufacturing. But one of the problems we have, especially in Rivers State, is that of material.
Now, when you say material, what do you mean? Raw material?
Raw material.
Okay.
Especially if you want certain alloys, metallic alloys.
Okay.
And you can't, these are what these products need for them to be competitive in a technological world.
Okay.
For example, somebody needs to produce a phone casing, and we could help him design the phone casing, but we cannot complete it. We still have to go to either China or Japan or Malaysia or even Brazil to develop this material.
Okay.
It is bad.
So what do you suggest?
One of the issues we have is that lack of that enabling environment where industries can come in and actually cultivate these raw materials that we have around us. You understand?
So for you, the challenge is that you have to create that enabling environment.
Yes.
Well, do you think it's
you can see what's happening in Omok today.
Okay.
Where there's cultivation everywhere. The whole business activity in that area has been it's down because nobody comes to that area. The individuals of that place have all left the place. Even some of my I know some friends who are trying to relocate and put industries that place because of nearness to some of these local materials.
Okay.
Have left the place. And no one seems to care about what is happening in that area.
So what you are saying in summary, David, is that as a people and as a state, we must do everything humanly possible to ensure that we have security. We don't need to keep pointing fingers at people. No matter what it will cost us, no matter what we are going to do, at this point in time of our development, security should be number one. Is that your point? Thank you very much and God bless you. Oh, have another caller. Hello? We lost that. Obina, what David said, it's at the heart of what we have been talking about here. Yes, our people are not too happy. They feel marginalized. They feel that they are not taking along in the way we'll talk about it, and they are reacting. But why don't we try to apply the Ken Saro-Wiwa Mossop formula, peaceful agitation, that's gotten the Ogonis today what they want?
I actually think of me personally, I even think that peaceful agitation is one part, then there's economic agitation. How did the Igbos push for the government remembering that Onitsha River could be drenched? They used their economic strength as major importers in the country to drive that agenda.
Okay. Hello?
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, please. My name
This voice sounds familiar.
Yeah, it seems Mugo fall.
How many Mugos have fallen in the last 1 week or since the last time we spoke?
You know, I told you last week, I think last week or last 2 weeks, that I'm a worry boy. So I will explain the meaning of Mugo fall.
No problem.
Dimension. I mean, if Mugo not fall, Gaiman go fit chop.
Lie.
Now, let's go to the issue.
Okay, bro.
So we have started complaining that some people are pulling strings so as to don't develop. As far as I'm concerned, that is the lazy man stock.
Okay.
That is the Mugo stock. I was with, at the bulk of my friends are actually from the southeast.
Okay.
You know, and some of us, let's say a combination of South Southerners and Southeasterners were clustered somewhere. And then this issue of some people from some region causing the problems of the so-called Southeast. And then I began to ask the question. You say these people are not educated. You say these people speak English with a funny accent. You say these people struggle to even get a first degree. Are you telling me that in spite of the knowledge and strict smartness that you have, it is these same people that are causing your problem? Come on. Don't deceive yourself. The problems are...
Mugo, let me engage you a little bit. Are you saying that there is nothing like a conspiracy, or that even if there is, what are we doing as a people to get out of that situation? Why we're just sitting down, more like they say, only a tree that you will tell, look, I'm coming to cut you tomorrow, and that tree will still stand there.
Let me tell you something.
Okay, tell me.
Both of you that are very intelligent. Even in the international arena, you know, the ignorance will suffer, or the one that attends to the ignorance will suffer. It's about interest, you know. If as a result of the divisions in your house, some enemy that you probably didn't know about, or that you know about, is able to penetrate your house, you understand? Your house and cause divisions. Who's the cause? It is you. You understand?
I agree with you.
Now, let me tell you something. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, very well.
Okay, let me tell you something. There was a time when in this region we had two major cities that could create employment for indigents of this region, Warri and Port Harcourt. And then the problem in Warri started. I remember then saying, even as a younger person then, I said, this thing, there will be consequences. Now everybody, when the problem started and it ended, everybody ran away. We now had only Port Harcourt. If you go to Warri today, you will see very skilled pipeline welders, very skilled, name them. Where are the organizations to employ them? This is about to, in fact, it has already started happening to Port Harcourt. And at the end of the day, what it means is that our problems, or whatever is in fact, what we fail to do is going to be to the benefit of other people from other regions.
That's agreed on. Mugo, I think I agree with you. I'm on all fours with you on this issue about the fact that if you don't put your house in order, people probably take advantage of it, and you don't have any reason to blame. Which was why we started this program by saying,
interest, my brother.
Which was why we started by saying that we've been blaming, we've been pointing fingers. We've got into the where we should start acting. Now, if you were made the governor of Rivers State, for example, because that's where we're operating from, or governor of Delta State or Bayelsa State, what would you think you need to immediately do to change the tide?
First, I will act like a manager of an entity. I will see my state as a business. I will be thinking about, don't forget, there are two critical issues for any leader: the welfare of the people, at least as entrenched in our constitution, the welfare of the people, and then security for the people. Now, if I'm looking at, running my state as a business, what are the things that I need to do to attract, potential investors. Because if investors come, that is when I can create jobs to my people.
That is to make your business attractive.
Of course, because I know that I'm not the only one that is interested in these investors. So what are my unique selling points? Let me tell you, my brother. I honestly think that our leaders need to bring our existing leaders and also prospective leaders into some kind of ground so that whatever wisdom they have, acquired over the years, they should come. Look, there are clear goals. You have a 4-year term for you to achieve. What are your goals? Whatever are the quarrels and there are distractions, much as you are human, why don't you focus on these goals and achieve these your goals? Do you really have goals? This is what we should be asking the governors.
Like I said here last week, I think I said that last week here. I was in Lagos for about a week last week, and throughout my stay in Lagos, of course I was opportune to listen to radio, watch TV, hold discussions, both formal and informal with people. I didn't for one second hear PDP or APC.
You see?
I didn't for one second hear about, what's the guy's name? Jimmy Agbaje. All I heard was Ambode.
Yes, you can see that those people are highly organized. You can see that because, they have come as in the election is gone, these are just personal issues. It's about the group. The fate of the group overrides whatever are the personal interests of the individual. As Niger Delta, we need to understand this. Look, we will suffer, just like the Avengers. At the end of the day, who suffers? I was telling some people the other day, after saying, worry, when they do this thing, they will belly full. And then we will see, let them continue. Thank you.
I can see a very not too happy Mugu for Gaiman work this morning. It's speaking from the heart there, and I'm not used to his going off like that. But the point he's made there is that we are our problems. So we should start making hay while there seems somebody come of sun.
I'm going to point out something real quick before we take the next call. There's this prevailing issue. You try to set up a business in River State, okay, and you see some people come up to you and tell you that, Oga, we own a stake, in your employment. The
money lay principle.
You understand? That means we give you some number of people that should be in your staff base. That means as a person now, there's a loophole. You're supposed to employ people based on competence, right?
But now you're employing people based on catchment area.
Thank you. Based on catchment area, and that thing chases a lot of businesses away.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, your name, where you're calling from, please?
Yeah, I'm calling from London.
Your name, sir. Could you turn down your radio, please?
Okay, sorry.
Wonderful. Harrison.
Yes, calling from Lagos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you say from Lagos?
No, So seriously, sir, so that we can communicate effectively, just turn down your radio, please.
Hello.
Fire down, sir.
Okay, you can hear me now.
Yes, sir.
I commend the last caller. I commend him very much.
Okay.
He spoke exactly my mind. But saying the problem, the two guys that we are always shying away from the truth. That is the problem we have.
Okay.
And if we keep on shying away from the truth, I tell you, we continue to remain where we are. Now, if I have to say something, you see, most times when I look at like this issue now they have with this problem, this Niger problem, this militancy problem. When I look at it, I just laugh because they are now going. The boys are angry. Everybody is angry. They are going back maybe to destroy one or two oil station or whatever. We will not solve the problem because this is what we did before. We did even more than this before, and at the end, what happened? We shy away from what we are fighting for. What we are fighting for was, to empower Niger Delta, to empower, the people and the youth, their families, to see that infrastructure and all other things come to place. Yes, and also for the federal government to assist us, to assist Niger Delta, develop Niger Delta. But at the end, what happened? They went back and, the truth was given, and they came up with a different job together. Some people came up and said they are militants, they are this, they are that, they wrote their name, and they even gave them some opportunities to learn some jobs and, to go out to get some experience and the rest. But at the end, it went nowhere. So what are we saying? The truth is that if we, Niger Delta, if we, the humans, will come down, because we are still sleeping, believe me. All this one we are doing, we are still sleeping. because we are trying away from the truth. We are sleeping. So if we can come back to ourselves, if our leaders, our kingsmen, our elders will come back to their senses and leave this prayer, this bribery, this robbery.
Sorry, sir. So 1 second. What did you say your name is?
Harrison, I'm Harrison.
Harrison, yes. How old are you, sir?
Yes.
If you don't mind.
Okay, let me just be open. I'm one of the men. I'm one of the men, the motivational fighters. As I'm talking to you, I'm a militant. You understand me?
Okay.
One of the men.
Okay.
But I refuse to support them when it comes to amnesty because I don't believe in amnesty. Okay. I don't believe in it at all.
Okay, sorry. Let me just take you on something. How old are you?
Me, I'm 36.
36. Now, when you talk about elders and leaders, who are you talking about?
I'm talking about our kingsmen in Niger Delta. I'm not even talking about the government. I'm talking about our elder kingsmen in Niger Delta zone.
Now, these people have failed us. They have failed us consistently over the years. The people you are referring to as our statesmen. Now, at 36, if you find yourself in a position where you need to effect a change, where you need to do so, what do you think we should do?
What I'm saying, what we need to do, we need to do now, as I see, is like the youth now. Like I remember when Anne Kubrick was talking, I was listening to her because she's trying, she's doing what she can. I was listening to her. She said she's disappointed because even the youth, they are supposed to have told fine. This is what has happened. They have failed us, and they're like, okay, let's come together. Let's bring ourselves back. Let's people think on how we can use what we have now. You understand the point? If to put it to the government or to put it to wherever we have to put it to let's start from somewhere.
So in summary, what we need to do is that we should have an organized type of agitation.
Yes.
Okay, yes. Thank you very much.
The fight and the rest will not help us at all.
Thank you very much. God bless you, Harrison.
Yes.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Welcome to Democracy in Action. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Dude, calling from Abba.
Your name is what, sir?
Dude, calling from Abba.
Dude?
Yes.
Okay, that's the dude.
What you said that you are in Lagos, you never hear what they say APC and PDP.
Yeah.
The one thing with us here in this region, we so much believe that our brothers are our problem. So you see, Nigeria itself, they use the brain to, they will tell us that this is a problem, but they'll use all the infrastructure, everything, push it to the north and push it to Lagos. But we, as a Niger Delta, that even say where the resources come from, it will never be developed because they've already put that sickness in us. That
so what do we do?
Our brother is a problem.
What do you do? What do you think is the way out?
The way out now is for us to reconcile between ourselves. Tell ourselves the truth.
Okay. What do you think is it? What do you think is the truth? What do you think is the truth?
Okay. Like now, my grandmom is from Ikwere.
Okay.
But I found out that my cousins are telling me that they are not Igbo. So all these things that we keep on lying to ourselves, and again my children will keep on lying to themselves again. So at least let's tell all of us the truth. This is where we are, and let us forgive ourselves. And you will see everything.
So, okay, the day Ikwere people accept that the Igbos, Nigerian problem will be solved, right?
No, not at least, but at least start from somewhere.
Because I know that even in Imo State, which state are you from?
Me? I'm from Anambra.
Anambra State. It's all well in Anambra State.
I can testify to that.
No, but our problem goes beyond language, tribe, or tongue.
But in Anambra, I was not born in the eastern region. I was born in the north.
Okay. You see your life? You see your life, my friend, dude. The north brought you to this world, and you are speaking anyway. Thanks for calling, and have a wonderful weekend. Hello. Hello.
Okay, I actually wanted to point out something.
Okay,
you said we should try. You said we should try. You said we should try not to call Lagos, but I'm going to say something about Lagos that a lot of people don't know. Lagos is one state that tried so hard. Okay, as a state, they don't point fingers. Anything goes wrong in the state, they don't even hear. You don't hear the federal government. You don't even hear the state governor make such statements. You hear Lagos state government, we need to build a road. We need to do this. They say, okay, we can't get money, go to UN. And they strike a deal with UN, and UN comes into the state. I'm saying that to say this. In Rivers State, we don't need our leaders saying we call on the government of federal government. We don't need all of that. We need you to say, okay, this is what's going to happen. River State will partner or is on the table with United Nations or UNICEF or USAID so that we can see how we can move this portion
which boils down to this idea of pointing fingers.
Thank you. Because if as a state government now we can get UN here, what is stopping another company from coming here when UN is in business with River State?
Okay. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, I'm the Wonenda.
Somebody's just changed my name. My name is Kingsley Wonenda Wali.
Okay, Kingsley. Sorry, sir.
I'm sure you love me to be Nnamdi Azikiwe. Well, I won't mind. Okay, sir. What's your name of record?
My name is Ken. I'm calling from airport.
Ken.
Yes.
Which airport?
Air Force. Yeah, in Port Harcourt.
Oh, Air Force. Okay. Yeah, your question, contribution, please.
Yeah, I heard you saying about why can't we kill in the same way Ken Saro-Wiwa architected for our own. I don't know how to put it. Anyway,
what I said is Ken Saro-Wiwa had a peaceful agitation for clean up of Ogoni land. Yes. Even the Kayama Declaration, the movement for survival of Ijoni, they all started with peaceful agitation, non-violent agitations. And I don't see anything wrong with that, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. I think we have tried to do that. When Saro-Wiwa tried to do that, he ended up killing him. Nigerian state killed him for that. And since then, if you can remember, it's about 20-something years ago now.
How old are you, sir?
I'm 29 years.
29, that means you didn't meet the Biafran war, did you?
I didn't meet it.
2 million people, over 2 million people died.
That's what Buhari said.
No, it's not what Buhari said, that's what history said. We have been involved in, just 1 second, sir.
20 million people were dead.
Okay, so we're having a discussion, we're having a conversation, we're not quarreling. I just want us to, we have been involved in this Niger Delta riots, killings, and all of that. You stay in Port Harcourt. Do you know how many people died in the last 1 year? Election violence and all of that. Where has that taken us to?
It's what I'm still saying. I said, we did that in a way, peaceful way, so that we get what we are looking for. But Nigerian state killed him. Then, since that 20 years ago, they promised to clean up Ogoni land. Since that year till now, nothing has been done. But if you look at the Northeast now, Boko Haram started in 2009. But now they have started cleaning Northeast.
Yes.
Yes, they have started.
Very terrible. Yeah, in fact, I'm sorry to say.
The Boko Haram fight is still ongoing.
Yes.
But they are cleaning it.
Okay.
That is why we are not happy with Nigerian state. That's why we are not happy with this. See our region here now. Our sectors, no one is working. All the oil companies who is working here, their headquarters is at Lagos. There is a conspiracy between North and West to marginalize the old Eastern region. But our people are not getting it.
Okay, fine. Yes. Fine. You said something very instructive here. People are marginalizing us, they are conspiring against us. Wonderful. Nice conclusion you made there. So are you just going to sit down and lie down and get killed?
That is the reason why we support the Avengers. Let's cripple that thing that unite us together. Let everything end so that we can now come to the round table and ask how is the way forward.
When everything ends, we'll be discussing with you.
It's what I'm saying. If this side is not
my dear brother, let me say something. Let me say something to you, please. I understand your pain. I understand your anger. I understand a couple of things you're saying. You understand? But I will agree with you to the extent that I know that every war ends up in a round table discussion, right?
Yes.
So why don't we explore that option? You started by saying that Ken Saro-Wiwa was killed. Jesus Christ died so that we can be free. True or false?
It's true.
There's a price you pay for everything you get into. I don't think the right route to pass is to go and encourage violence. Violence has never ever solved any problem anywhere. I'm talking to you like a brother now. You understand? My people will say, stay where you throw for market. Huh? You don't know where you land. True or false?
It's true, of course.
You listen to CNN, you watch CNN, sorry.
I watch.
On Friday, today is Saturday. On Thursday, an aircraft crashed. Well, we don't know whether it crashed or they bombed.
We are off air now since we have been saying our radio is off.
What's the point?
I'm not hearing the radio. Our radio is off and today's FM is off air now.
But you're talking to me, I'm listening to you. At least you can hear me. It's not important whether people are listening to your voice. What I'm saying is that violence does not pay. And if you engage in a violence-prone type business, you don't know who is going to be the victim. That is why it's not good. Because you go and start, you're exploding, you're going to burst pipes, and then it affects people. There's the problem of environment, which comes with it. The highest killer today in this part of the world, or one of the highest killers, is cancer. It's something that's totally strange to our system before, but it's environment. So my candid advice is, as much as possible, you try. Make your case. But make a case to the extent that people should be made to see reason that the power of conviction, that when you speak from conviction, is over and above that thing that comes with violence. Because the last time people died, how did we end up? Amnesty, blah blah blah, and all of that. Go back to square one.
Nothing has been done.
My brother.
That is the reason.
Okay. Yes, you have a right. You have a right not to be happy, but we're here to talk peace. Thank you very much.
I wanted to say something. Stephen Biko died in the struggle. Okay, and the likes of Mandela, assumed the throne. But I think that Stephen Biko's death would have been worthless if Mandela had killed all of the
people who were involved.
That's one, and also the people who are not of the same skin color with the average South African. My point here is this: we've not even heard state governors come out to say anything. Okay, now these are the things we need to look at. People keep pointing to the federal government. Let's look at the people who were elected as local government chairmen, people who were elected as state governors in the southeast and south region. For example, there was a state governor called Mbadinuju, because I'm from Anambra State. And when you see, in the history of Anambra, that man's name, people are trying to forget his name. They don't even teach him in schools anymore.
We're still blaming.
No, the point I'm trying to bring out here is that, in our history, we don't demand good governance from our local leaders, and we want the federal to do what? These people were put here to oversee the affairs of this region, of the states. So let us demand more from them.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir. I am Mr. Amadi Obiduma calling from Port Harcourt.
Okay, sir. Your question or contribution, please.
Let me go directly.
Okay.
In Port Harcourt, just like what is happening in Port Harcourt today, if it's the problem between me and you, and why I say so is that after the election, I believe after election, the next one is supposed to become governors.
Okay.
Okay. What is the problem if only in every state now, it starts now, to reduce the 90% of killings in River State? Me and you need to reconcile Wike and Amaechi. That's why I want to go specific.
Okay.
Reconcile Wike and Amaechi. And in other words, let those people who are not legally in support of whoever, then the work of the police will be lesser. Thank you very much.
God bless you. God bless you. Hello. Well, what the last caller talked about, it's in line with what we are doing here in our only two way. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Good morning, sir.
My name is Ken. I call back.
Yeah, you can feel free to talk, but please, I don't want you talking about violence, please.
Okay, it's okay.
All right.
We're not encouraging violence anyway.
Okay.
I want to talk about you also mentioned something of attracting investors to come and invest in Niger Delta.
Beautiful.
Yes. I said it's very good to attract investors, but the real thing that motivates investors to come in Niger Delta region is not there.
What is it?
Especially the seaport is not working.
Okay.
The international airport within Niger Delta region, I think it's only River State and Port Harcourt that will have international. But
Is that one international airport?
It's what I'm saying. What is it? What they call it international airport? Why it's not functioning as an international airport?
That your name is Boniface doesn't make your face mean that, or make your face like Bonny people.
That is it. So we still need federal government help. At least.
See, Ken.
We need people to work.
Ken, yes, Ken. Well, at least now we are beginning to understand ourselves better. We need to have our ports functional. We need to make them function, whether it's seaport or airport. For example, the cost of doing business will be reduced. If you listen from the beginning of the program, we used tire. When we had Michelin here in Port Harcourt, what we were paying for was cost of production. We didn't pay for duty. We didn't pay for freighting. We didn't pay for transportation from wherever to this place. So whatever we would do for business to thrive here, we'll have to do it. Thank you very much, Ken. At least we just got in a convert.
Okay.
That's what one person is back. And
I'm not of the opinion that everything should be on the federal government.
Yeah. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Your name and where you're calling from, sir?
Yes, my name is Comrade Solomon. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Comrade.
Yes.
Solomon.
Yes.
Now, what's the connection between a comrade and Solomon? Comrades are people who are always agitating, right?
Yes.
And Solomon is supposed to be a wise man.
Yes.
Which of them are you? Which one are you?
You're not wise.
Which one are you? An agitator or a wise man? Tell me the one you are.
I'm a wise man, sir.
Okay. Get fired down. Your contribution or question, please.
Yes, sir.
Did I hear you say Mecca?
Mecca, yes.
What's that?
Hello, sir.
I don't understand that language, Joe.
Okay, I'll tell you when let me finish.
I speak only French, please. Thank you. And English.
Okay.
Okay. How many?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, if we are talking about commerce, I think we are talking about social intercourse.
Okay.
I mean, where trade, buying and selling takes place, where people meet each other, maybe for development or whatever.
Yeah, business generally. It's not just buying and selling. Business generally, services and all of that. That's what commerce is.
Yes. Okay. Let me draw a premise from real estate here.
Okay.
You see, in Omok, we have a lot of challenges, crisis, unrest.
Okay.
And as a result of that, companies who are operating there have, vacated the environment, to save their life.
True.
I am from Emoha local government, and as I speak to you, there have been series of crises here and there. Yesterday, 2 persons were killed.
Bloody.
And I know that there are companies along that Tobacco Road where they produce water and other things.
I'm sure they've shut down.
You have unrest, where you have crisis, you as an individual who lives there, you'll be very, very afraid to go there to buy.
So what you're saying in summary, Solomon, is that for business to strive, people must have a sense of security, right?
Exactly, sir.
So all efforts must be geared towards securing the state by all means necessary.
Exactly.
Thank you.
And I don't know. I want you to take. I don't know if you can take this as a duty. Go to airport and see the people entering Port Harcourt. You can't compare it to what has been going on before. In Port Harcourt we have a lot of investors coming in on daily basis. But now you go to airport, you find it very difficult that a lot of persons are leaving Port Harcourt because of the insecurity level.
Yes, I made a very categorical statement here. I think it was last week. For every aircraft that leaves Port Harcourt, you have like 2, 3, 4 people who on that flight who are determined never to come back here.
Exactly, sir. The issue of Niger Delta Avengers, it's another problem.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem, but I think that we need to engage them, not government. We as a people need to engage ourselves so that we begin to see that some of these things have a long-term repercussions that we don't see now.
Yes, let me agree with your assertion by saying that if the need be for agitation, I think we have governors and ministers who are from our region.
Forget those people. Don't talk about them. You know why I say don't talk about them? You see, we're still transferring our responsibility to people. I'm saying that you as an individual, you need to get up and do something. Do you understand? And what you do is not by carrying machete or carrying guns. Speak out to those in authority. Do you understand? In your own small environment, preach peace. Let people know that we don't stand to gain anything from violence, that we're better off if we engage ourselves in a civil manner. We talk about tell our governors, tell who are the people who are responsible for the overheating in the system in the first place.
Well, sir, let me agree with you. But the issue is that sometimes, our youths come and say that the leaders, the people at the middle class are using them, to cause this problem, to cause this unrest.
You see?
As an individual too, you can insist. If somebody tells you to do what is wrong, as a human being who is rational, you turn back to it.
Precisely. You say now you are now on the same. You are now on the same page now. It's not about the leaders, it's about we.
It's falling back to our people who are here in our region.
So talk to that next young man next to you. Talk to that young man next to you. That young man that sits by you, that looks up to you. Tell him that his destiny is in his hands, not in the hands of government.
Thank you very much, sir.
God bless you, my brother. You see, like you were talking about, I think before I interrupted you, this issue about always pointing to government to do things for us is not helping us. They say it takes a community.
True.
And that community is you and I. And the gentleman who just called it, like when our friend Ken called initially, he was all hot and all that. But I think sometime or rather he got back to himself, and I said, look, I think there's some sense in what the issues really are. For example, he mentioned quite critically the issue of the ports, seaports and airports. Those are very key.
All right.
And don't forget that the name of this place is Port.
Harcourt.
So there's something about port.
Yeah.
And this town.
Absolutely. And that's why I said that, you asked the question, if you're made governor, what would you do?
So if you're made governor, what will you do?
Simple. There are dredging companies in Lagos, and I partner with them.
Okay.
I partner with dredging companies. Come and dredge my ports. His federal government doesn't want to do it.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Kingsley Wenendawali. I like your name.
You like my name?
Yeah, I do like it.
Okay. What do we do about that? Something, to show appreciation.
Maybe I will name more of my children.
Oh, nice, wonderful guy.
Yes, I can. Having said that, my name is Splendid.
Splendid.
Yeah.
Quite splendid indeed.
I've listened to you guys since you started the program, even from Ankyo Free. So you talked about the life of a man being in his hands.
Yeah.
But I try to dispute that because everything we do is a hint on what government does.
Which government?
The life of a citizen is in the hands of the government.
Splendid. Splendid, my dear brother.
Why did I say so?
No, splendid.
Yeah.
Who is government?
The government, yes, actually, there are three different divisions of government.
Yes.
You can talk about government. You can talk about government as a group of individuals. You can talk about government as an institution. You can even talk about government as a policy. So now, I know the area you're going is, when you ask me what do I mean by government, you're talking about the individuals. Yes. Now, when you talk about the individuals, you know that this thing is entrusted in the hands of few individuals. That's why we have the representative democracy. It is entrusted in the hands of few individuals. And these few individuals take decisions that affect the generality of the people.
Okay.
So now you see that the few individuals who have entrusted our social contract theory to make a decision that affects all of us are not doing it right.
Okay. So are you going to just sit down and do nothing?
Well, now, you talk about agitation. That some people did it peacefully. I just want to say. I want to tell you, let me draw inference here. Our brother can say we did agitation, at the end of the day he took his life. And if you see that in Nigeria state now, the IPOB are doing peaceful agitation. And the government cannot hear them. In fact, the government...
sorry, sir, I don't discuss Biafra. Sorry.
No, I'm not discussing Biafra.
Okay.
I'm just trying to... Actually, we are learners. We are scholars.
Okay.
If you want to make a research, you need to bring in all... you have to...
So we're running out of time. Could you just round up your concern?
So what I want us to do is that, first and foremost, the group of individuals who entrusted our social contract to make the... So equally, the women... You need to know that the essence of Catholic people is for the benefit of the people. The main thing here is the name, the cross of the matter should be the people. How do I love my people? How do I love my people? How do I want to affect the lives of my people? How do I want to change the...
Sorry, we lost you there. Our friend just was talking about government, and I tried to stop him, but he had an issue. He had a case, and which we need to respect too, that we have contracted out the responsibility of managing our lives into the hands of other people and what they do with that. But what I can say for certain is that yes, we've done that, but it is not a wholesale type transaction where you say buy and go. We still have a responsibility to ourselves to tell them that this is not what I asked you to do on my behalf. So my brother, in case you're listening to it, that's why I was talking about who is government. Government is you and I, and those who have asked in the short term to pretend over our affairs. Well, for those of us who have been trying to call and couldn't get through us, I must sincerely apologize. We're wrong with time here, but the theme is that as a people, we must stop complaining. Yeah, we've complained enough. It's not taking us anywhere. And if we must complain, which is legitimate, agitation is a right. But we should try to do it in a way and manner that it will have a long-term benefit for us. When we get destructive, then we don't benefit anything. Some people make references to other places. Look at the IRA. It ended up where? At the conference table. The Irish people were taken aback over the years of violence. Today they're stereotyped. Even go to Spain, the back secretaries, it's the same thing. Today, every Muslim that gets into anywhere, people are looking at them like, ooh, maybe he wants to explode the next second. These are things that come with when you don't engage people constructively. And like Obina said, so much happened to the blacks in South Africa. Mandela became president. He forgot about that. And he created a rainbow nation. So what do we do as a people to try and create a rainbow state where what you say is respected no matter how irresponsible it is? I hold it to be your right to hold an opinion. That's what we're saying. What do we do to make Niger Delta and River State a better place? It's been Democracy in Action, Kingsley Wanendawali, and I do hope that you took away something from today's edition. Until we meet next week, you have a wonderful weekend and good afternoon. Bye-bye.